He looked like every other man on the street. Head down, shoulders slouched, eyes glued to a glowing screen. If you passed him, you wouldn't even remember his face. But buried deep inside him, long forgotten, was something powerful, something ancient, a fire, a hunger, a voice whispering, "You were meant for more." Yet he ignored it, and so do millions of men every day. We live in an age where the modern man is no longer a warrior, but a wanderer. Lost, disconnected, software safe, domesticated. If you speak of honor, discipline, or brotherhood, you're mocked. If you mention danger, risk, or war, they say you're toxic. But behind this polished society of comfort and convenience lies a hard truth that most men are terrified to face. They will never become warriors. Not because they can't, but because they won't. Because the system doesn't want them to. Because the truth is buried beneath lies, distractions, and dopamine. And unless you break free, you will be just another man forgotten by time. Let me show you why. From the day you're born, you're placed in a cradle of control. You're told to sit still, be nice, be quiet, raise your hand, don't hit back, share everything, get the grade, follow the rules, chase the paycheck. Then you're sedated with toys, sugar, cartoons, and now endless screens. Hours, days, years gone. Your masculinity, labeled aggression. Your hunger for greatness, called ego. Your desire for adventure, immaturity. And as you grow up, they replace your fire with fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being different. They don't want warriors, they want workers, men who obey, men who conform, men who are too tired, too confused, too addicted to fight back. They strip your teeth, cut your claws, and call it progress. By the time you're 25, you've likely seen more naked strangers on a phone screen than your ancestors saw in a lifetime. You've probably killed time with more video game missions than real ones, and maybe deep down you feel it. That quiet ache, that burning dissatisfaction. That's your inner warrior, starving. But the world keeps feeding you lies. Relax, man. Life is about enjoyment. Just be yourself. Love is love, bro. Don't be so serious. Meanwhile, you can't focus for more than 8 seconds. You flinch at eye contact. You fold under pressure. You struggle to say no. You numb your pain with porn, weed, alcohol, junk food, and validation. It's not your fault. The system designed it this way. Because weak men don't rebel. Weak men don't question the world. They consume, they obey, they disappear, and that's exactly what they want. You see, the modern battlefield isn't filled with bullets and bombs. It's filled with algorithms, addictions, and lies. It's spiritual warfare, psychological warfare, and most men don't even know they're in it. That's why the statistics are terrifying. 1 in 3 young men doesn't work or study. Testosterone levels have dropped 40% in the last 50 years. Depression and suicide skyrocket among males. Loneliness is epidemic. Fertility is collapsing. Porn is a billion-dollar industry. And the average man spends 3 to 5 hours a day scrolling through distractions that make him feel worse, not better. How can a man become a warrior in a world that wants him weak? The answer is, he must choose to. Because the path of the warrior is not given, it is forged. Forged in pain, sacrifice, and brutal honesty. A warrior is not defined by muscle or violence. A warrior is a man who faces life head-on, who protects, builds, and leads, who trains his body and his mind, who delays pleasure for purpose, who confronts his fears and walks into the unknown. But here's the hard part. Most men won't do it. Why? Because it's easier to binge than to build, easier to scroll than to suffer, easier to blame than to bleed. To become a warrior, you must kill the boy within you, the boy who seeks comfort, attention, and approval. You must say goodbye to your old self, the lazy one, the coward, the addict, the liar. You must bury him and rise. So how do you begin? You start with your body, your temple, your weapon. Train it, push it, own it. When your muscles ache and your lungs burn and your mind screams to quit, that's where you begin to grow. That's where you reclaim yourself. Next, you take control of your mind. Cut out the noise. Read. Reflect. Be alone. Learn to sit with discomfort. Face your demons, one by one. Don't hide from pain. Study it. Let it teach you. Then guard your seed. In ancient cultures, your seed was your life force, your energy, your essence. Today it's wasted daily, thrown into screens like confetti. But the man who holds it, who contains it, he becomes magnetic, focused, grounded, alive. After that, take responsibility for your health, your money, your relationships. Stop blaming the world. Stop waiting for permission. No one is coming to save you, but you can save yourself. Build a mission, a vision, a reason to rise. Something bigger than likes, status, or shallow pleasure. Something that burns inside you like a sacred fire. That's what drives warriors. And finally, embrace the code. Honor, discipline, brotherhood, courage, faith. Live by it. Die by it. Because when your life is over, no one will remember your followers, your trophies, or your luxury items. They will remember your character. Did you stand? Did you fight? Did you protect? Were you a man worth following? That is the legacy of a warrior. The truth they don't want to hear, the truth that burns like fire, is that any man can become a warrior. But almost none will. Not because they lack strength, but because they lack will. Society has made it easy to stay weak, to stay lost, to stay numb. But you, reading this now, you have a choice. You can go back to the endless loop of comfort, distraction, and slow decay. Or you can rise, bleed, sweat, struggle, fail, get up again. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need to be born rich. You don't need approval. All you need is to decide, I will not die ordinary. Because deep inside you, the warrior still breathes, still watches, still waits, waiting for you to remember who you are. So stand up, throw away your excuses, look the mirror in the eyes and say, enough. This is your time, this is your war, and only a few will ever win it. Will you? Or will you be like the rest, forgotten, faded, and buried with regrets? The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. If you made it until here, leave a crown emoji in the comments. I'm doing a little experiment, and I want to see how many of you reach the end and are truly willing to finish what they start. And remember, live with honor or die a coward. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and stay strong.